That's for sure. Jeremy Corbell is our guest tonight. He is an investigative filmmaker who released portions of that video you saw from the Navy of objects seen on radar around the USS Omaha. That was in July of 2019. In this particular clip, crew members are tracking up to 14 of these objects on the screen, and they quickly increase in speed, and then apparently they just vanish into thin air. So Jeremy, thanks for being here tonight. This latest report, as Adrian just alluded to, has prompted a response from the highest levels of the U.S. government. The White House is now talking about it. So how significant is that in identifying or legitimizing these unknown objects?
Yeah, I mean, it's hugely significant. As you probably know, I obtained and released video footage from Navy warships being swarmed by unidentifieds. These are craft flying with impunity within our restricted airspace. I did that with George Knapp, who you know very well. And we put this out to the public, and they are part of the report that is coming.
So what is unique about these objects? I mean, tell us what we're seeing, how big they are, what makes them stand out in terms of them being unidentified. We don't know.
So, yeah, what we're seeing are craft of unknown origin that, again, they fly with impunity. They move beyond hypersonic speed. They have a durational power and ability to sit there for long-term periods. These are objects that seem to defy our known understanding of aviation and propulsion. And this is homogeneous around the globe, and every country is looking at these, what we call UFOs. We need to determine who is operating these vehicles and what is the intent.
Jeremy, UFO enthusiasts like yourself obviously excited about these videos and the release of this information, but can you address the larger portion of the population, the skeptics, if you will, who say, this is really interesting, but I'm not convinced. Let me know when we actually have some definitive answers.
Yeah, I mean, convinced of what? You say I'm a UFO enthusiast. I'm enthusiastic about everything in my life. What's cool about UFOs is this is uncharted territory. This is a map that hasn't been written yet. It's a real world mystery that deserves our attention. People that are skeptical, what are they skeptical of? That's a data poor perspective. I'm coming from a data rich perspective. UFOs are seen. They are captured on FLIR. They are captured on video. They have sensor data, like radar data that I put out. This is not something of conspiracy. These are actual tangible objects in our airspace. So anybody that's skeptical, I'd ask, what are you skeptical of? Your government has told you UFOs are real. Now it's just a matter of picking up the pieces and trying to figure out who's operating them.
Right, they're real. We just don't know who's in them, where they're coming from, where they're going when they disappear. So I want to talk about this task force report, the UAP task force. UAP basically is a UFO, but it's due out by June 25th, the highest levels of the government. So the Pentagon putting this out, the Defense Department. Do you suspect that we are going to learn anything? Or I guess let's take that one step further. Do you think that what they learn, they're going to share with us?
Yeah, to some degree, this is going to be a report that confirms a very basic principle, which is that we don't know who's operating these UFOs, that they've been here for decades, and the report will show that. So that's a huge leap forward to understanding or beginning to understand the UFO mystery, is acknowledging that this is a presence on planet Earth globally. And this is so important that we look at this with a refined eye and we pay attention, because the days of ridicule and even humor about it, they're over. They're over. This is a new world.
Well, and some would argue there is a great advantage to keeping some of these secrets, this information classified, if it is, in fact, coming from some of our adversaries and gives away anything that we're doing here in the U.S. with the government. But Jeremy, we're talking about it. The government is talking about it. The White House is talking about it, and we're going to stay on it. Jeremy Corbell, appreciate your time tonight.
It's advantageous for us to know the truth. That's the greatest advantage.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
I admire his passion.
Yes.
I mean, he's super into it, and I think he made a very strong case in terms of these are the facts. This is not just some hallucination or some, crazy guy in a tinfoil hat, the whole thing. This is the government saying this exists. We just don't know what exactly is going on.
And the argument could be made, we can't just stop asking until we have an answer, and we don't have an answer.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to keep investigating. Truth, facts, evidence. We need it.
We like those things.